Okay, I'm going to take you to the website so that you can play a review game with your students or have them individually play the review game on their computer for the Microsoft Word test that you have purchased. So the first thing is you're going to go to www.zondel.com. I'll let you spell it out. And then you click enter. And it will take you to this main page here. And for those who do not know, Zondel is a website where you can create games for students to study or take quizzes or tests. As you can see, it tells you a little bit here, and you can even scroll down to learn more about it. But I'm going to first let you find the review game, and then I'll teach you a little bit more if you would like afterwards. So click Join Now. It's a free account, and it will just take you a couple seconds to fill out the information. You'll say you're a teacher, and then fill in your username, create a password, confirm your password, and enter your email address. And make sure to say I agree. I'm not going to fill this out because I already have an account. So fill this out, and then you'll click continue. But I'm going to click close because I already have an account. So I'm going to log in. And this is what the main page looks like for a teacher. But what you're going to do is you're going to click search, and you're going to type in MW Review. Now right away, we're going to click Smart Search. I want you to click on Topic/Games because you're going to find my specific game. Give it a second to load. And we're going to click Advanced Search because there's so many pre-made tests and reviews on here that it doesn't find mine right away. So we're going to type in my exact username. You're going to type Samantha Lee 5948. And I want you to uncheck these and click Exact Search Matches Only. And I'll make sure this looks the same before we click Search again. You're going to click Search again. And you can see here's a review that goes exactly with the test I made. You're going to click on Options, and you can set the topic to students, which I'll teach you about in a second. You can copy the topic to your account, or you can just play it right then and there. And I'll give you a little preview of what it looks like. My students absolutely loved it. They played it a lot, and they ended up doing really well on their test because of it. And please note that my internet's a little slow today. Immediately, you can, it will pop up the topic right here, and when you're ready to play, the students you'll be able to click on any of these games down here. They all are completely different, and how it works is if they answer the question correctly, they get to play a game afterwards, and the game will earn them more points, and the more questions they get correct and the more points they get on the games, the more Zollers they get, which is points basically towards classroom leaderboard, and I'll show you that here in a second. But you can click on any game, so I'll just do this parachute one. And you can play this as a whole class, or like I said, individually for each student. I let each of my students make an account and play this individually. So they'll click Start, and they have to click which of the following proofing tools allows a user to replace or find a word. A shape specifically designed to hold text is a... And notice, if they guess wrong, they have to retype take it down here. It went from 44 questions to 45. I'm going to close out of that. I'm going to show you one other type of game. I'm going to do this track one. And this is how this type of game works. On the review game, I have everything from matching to fill in the blank, true and false, just like the test, so that students can review in different ways. The position of the text in relation to the page margins is called the
click a balloon to see if you're lucky enough to play. Oh, fluff and stuff.
So I wasn't lucky enough to play the game, but as you can see, there's 58 questions on this one. And it is in random order, and so that is how you can have students play the game. Remember, once you say play the game, you'll scroll down and click on the game that you would like your class to play, and that is how you can use my review game for the test. If you don't want to learn how to use the website, you can stop the video here, or you can pay attention for the next couple minutes and I'll teach you how the website works. When you're a teacher, you can manage your school over here, and you'll see I already have classes set up, but it's very easy to use. And once again, my internet's being a lot slower than usual. This website is not usually this slow. And I have all these classes over here. The ones that are not lit up are from other teachers in my same school that use this website, and these are their classes. But you'd say create a new class, and you'd give it a name, and when you create a class that looks like this, I'll click on my 6B. You scroll up to the top, and there'll be a class code. This class code is very important when you want your students to log in. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when you want your students to log in. Just like earlier, you'll go to Zondel. Zondel.com. And you'll say join now, and you'll say I'm a student, and the student will make a username and a password, but they must enter the class code here. So when they enter in their class code, this is what it will look like. And I made a student account. Here's what it looks like when they, let's see, Samantha Jensen. When I'm logged in as a student, remember I'm logging in as a student, this is what their Zondel account will look like. And by the way, fun stuff is when they make an account, they get to make their own little Zondel character like this, and they can even change their background under their profile settings, which is great. But right away, it will say my name, the teacher's name, and it will have the reviews that I set to them. And so they can click on it, and just like earlier, they can play the game themselves instead of as a class. And when they're done, it will tell them their score, and they'll be able to check the leaderboard over here and see where they're at compared to all the other students, which my students really love because they get competitive and want to be on the top 3. And you can take a quick look at it right here. And this is what the leaderboard looks like, and it updates every 30 seconds. And you can even give them Zollers for good behavior and goodies, as you can see, teacher goodies, which is great. I'm going to go back to the teacher account, and I can always monitor all my students. It grades things for me in the grade book. I can reset their password if they need. And when I create games, this is how you'll set specific topics to your students. I made my own, but like I said, you do not have to make your own. You can always copy other people's on this website if it's free. So I made this review that I shared with you guys, and to set it to my students, all I do is I click on it, and when it loads, I'll click I'll click Edit Topic if I want to edit anything, but there should be a button that says Assign this to my students. Okay, so here's where all the ones that I've created. I realized I was on my student account earlier. So we're back to all the topics the games that I have created. When you want to create a topic, you just click here and a screen will pop up and ask you to insert questions, and you get to pick the style and things like that. So what you'll do is you can create your own topic like I said, but you can look at one of mine, and when you click on the one that you'd like to share to your students, you click on it and there will be, like I said earlier, a set topics to students, and you can decide if you want it formative or assessment, and this is not letting them play games, or unset it completely. So it's great. And I'll give you a little preview of some. If I click Edit Topic, you can always add questions from other topics, which is great. But I'll scroll down. These are, I have some multiple choice and things like that, but I want to show you a couple that have some pictures in there. Let's see. I scrolled up and I can click Edit this question. It says what button can add bullets to a list, and right now it's multiple choice, but I can always change it to images, which I did do that, so I will find it here. It's right here. I'll click Edit. As you can see, I added pictures down here for them to choose, and they'll select the correct picture, which is great. So you can do a lot of different options when creating this. But this was just a quick overview of how to use the website. But remember, my review game is under the search, and you have to go advanced search for MW Review, and that review will prepare your students for this test. But I hope you enjoyed learning about Zondel and use it in your classroom.